You guys are not going to want to miss this. I think this is truly the best argument made today in the Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle's grilling in front of the Judiciary Committee today by Representative Pat Fallon. Watch this. This is a master class. And then come on back. I got something else for you.
Now recognizes Mr. Fallon from Texas.
How did a 20-year-old loner with a week's notice pick the absolute best location to assassinate President Trump when the entire Secret Service missed it? Director Cheatle, in your leadership, your agency got outsmarted and outmaneuvered by a 20-year-old. How can we have any confidence that you could stop a trained professionals from a nefarious nation state?
Those are absolutely questions that we need to have.
I know they're questions, but you know, the fact of the matter is we can't have that confidence. Director, do you have the ability personally, and do you have the authority to beef up security of any of your protectees?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So were you also aware there was a credible threat President Trump was facing? He was facing a heightened security threat to a foreign adversary?
Yes.
Okay. So given that there was an increased threat to President Trump's life, was he provided a full security complement akin to what a sitting U.S. president would receive?
He was provided a full complement of security based on the threat assessment that we had.
That's not my question.
And the venue.
My question is, if he'd been the sitting president, would he have had the same security he had on July 13th, or would have been beefed up?
There is a difference between the sitting president.
So your answer is he didn't.
And continuity of government and the responsibility that we have.
So he did not. Okay, there wasn't a CAT team, a full CAT team on site. There wasn't counter surveillance teams on site. But this is the thing. You just said you had the ability to beef up the security. You knew about the threat, and you didn't. And that's as telling as it is chilling. We have satellite images from the Butler Fairgrounds. Have you visited the site?
No, I have not.
9 days and you have not visited the site. You should have been there that night. Did you talk to, that evening, did you talk to the team, the heroes that surrounded the president? Did you call them that night?
They were still operational work.
So that's an answer is no. Did you call them the next day?
President. Yes, I spoke with.
You called them the very next day, not the day of, or was it 72 hours after?
I don't know the timeline, but I spoke with
them. Okay, because you're under oath.
Immediately following.
I think it was 72 hours after. You waited 3 days. What is immediately clear is that there are a number of structures that need to be secured. Of these, Director, other than the first, immediate 4, what's the most dangerous site that should have been secured? Because Security 101, you got to mitigate the high ground.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what the next most dangerous site, what was the closest structure to the president, other than the 4 immediate ones that you had your counter sniper teams on?
There are a number of structures around that event site.
You know who the shooter knew? The shooter has visited the site 2 more times than you have, and he had a drone, and he picked the AGR building. So you said, do you remember in an ABC interview you did that you didn't have people on the roof of the AGR building because you were worried about safety because of the slope?
I recall that statement.
Okay. Does the Secret Service have written policy you can share with us about slope roofs?
No.
Okay. So why'd you act like there was one? Because is it your practice to comment on enormous events of enormous national implications when you're ignorant of the facts? That's rhetorical. So here's this thing with the slopes. You go all up to like 1812, you can go to a 112, which is about as flat as you can get without it being completely flat. And you're saying that there was a danger, safety concern there, but the problem is, Director, you put your counter snipers on a 312 roof, which is steeper than the 112. And by the way, the 112 is ADA compliant. You can build a ramp for a wheelchair on a 112 roof. So these are nothing but pathetic excuses, and they make no sense, and they're a bunch of cow dung. All the law enforcement I've spoken with over the last 9 days are amazed that the AGR rooftop was not secure. And you want to know why? Because it's dangerous. I have never had any long gun training in my life. I own an AR-15, and last time I shot it one time my whole life. It was 6 years ago. That is until Saturday, where we recreated the events in Savoy, Texas. We recreated what happened in Butler. I was lying prone on a sloped roof at 130 yards at 6:30 at night. And I knew that he had a scope. I didn't know what kind, red dot or magnified. So I shot 8 rounds from both. You know what the result was? 15 out of 16 kill shots. And the one I missed would have hit the president's ear. That's a 94% success rate. And that shooter was a better shot than me. It is a miracle President Trump wasn't killed. Corey Comparatore life is over because that damn shooter made it on the roof. And it wasn't the roof that was dangerous. It was a nut job on top of the roof. You know what else is dangerous? I believe your horrifying ineptitude and your lack of skilled leadership is a disgrace. Your obfuscating today is shameful. And you should be fired immediately and go back to Garden Doritos. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Has yet to visit the site of the assassination attempt. The director of the Secret Service has not even gone, doesn't even care. You know what? I want to go check this out. Before I answer questions, before I go to an actual committee hearing in front of the world, let me go and check this out and investigate this for myself. Any intelligent, manager, associate, assistant director would do that. She's the director of the Secret Service. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard me say this a million times, and I'm going to say it again. This is the perfect example. I give my hats off to Representative Fallon. This is the perfect example of what I've been talking to you guys about for not just months, not just years, for decades. DEI didn't earn it. It's discrimination, period, full stop. This is a direct byproduct of DEI. This is why I don't mince words, and I don't take it lightly, and I don't mean it in any kind of light fashion when I say DEI kills. Our president, President Donald Trump, by some unspeakable, unimaginable, irrational, fortunate undertaking of events, by the hand of God. You heard what Fallon said. I took 8 shots. All but one of them missed. And he's not even a good shot. He's only shot his AR-15 once. By the hand of God. Can you imagine? I don't even want to think about it. What would have happened if that bullet didn't miss? If he didn't turn his head? By the hand of God. Trump is still alive. By the hand of God. This isn't another JFK. By the hand of God, we are not ensconced in another American Civil War. And she has the audacity to sit there in front of the committee. She tells Representative Nancy Mace, no, I'm not going to resign. She tells other members of Congress and other members of the committee, I'm not going to resign. She wants 30% of the Secret Service to be female in the next 5 years. Yet, watch this right here, who her security detail is as she shows up to court today.
You failed, Cheatle, in assassinating Trump. You failed.
Look at all the people surrounding her.
Satan isn't all powerful. You're on the wrong side. You reap what you sow, Cheatle. God is good. God is in control.
You see any females? Not one female. I'm going to go on the record and say not only should Director Cheatle be fired immediately, like yesterday. This would probably maybe be one of Biden's saving graces for an already completely obliterated legacy and credibility. It would give him a molecule of saving face if he actually fired Cheatle today. If he's still alive. I don't even know if he's still alive. Do you? But not only should she be fired, she should be prosecuted. She should be facing criminal time inside a federal penitentiary. If you agree with me on that, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. I throw this off to you. You can disagree with me too. I don't want you just to agree with me. By all means, disagree with me. Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear from you. What did you think of what Representative Fallon said? What do you think of what's going on with this hearing so far? I already posted a couple videos on this today. I might do a few more because it's just so damning. It's so preposterous. It's just so bonkers that this woman, that this director is not gone. She should be gone. So I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Tap that thumbs up because it helps us reach more people, not for vanity, because it helps us reach more people. In the pinned comment, show notes, and description is our free newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to that, that's your sure-proof way of never missing out on all the latest breaking that woke mainstream media won't share with you right to your inbox. And it's free. Go check that out. These videos coming up right here. You might have missed this one I just posted today. Subscribe, follow down there, and as always, May God bless you, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.